So there I was. I staggered my way back on the Bourbon Street. I had no idea how I got out of there, but I did. And Tyrone staggered his way back on the Bourbon. It must have been around 2 o'clock in the morning. And there was all kinds of music and noises going on. Just people making noise. Not real music. I mean, like homemade music. Okay. Jazz. We're talking 1905, babies. Remember, jazz didn't come along, till about 1917. Okay. That's not what Tyrone was hearing. Tyrone was hearing all like just people making noises. Weird, strange noises. And I'm like half in a daze. I'm half dazed out of my mind. Because I don't know what just happened. I just get out of a fucking root cellar. You ever been, like I said, you ever been in a goddamn root cellar? Oh my God. It's fucking scary, loves. Lilies and lads. My lovelies. Sugars. Ever been in a love? Oh my God. You ever been in a root cellar, lovelies? Oh my God. It's like I said before, it's like going down into your the great underground. And we don't want to go there. Especially my lovelies. And definitely not my sugar lilies want to go anywhere near that shit. Oh my God, no. Hell no. Anyway, so Tyrone is wandering around fucking Bourbon Street like 2 a.m. in the morning. There's noises coming from all kinds of shops. I don't even know. Gas lights everywhere, lighting up, all illuminating. But it's like, it's so bizarre because like people are like freaking, they're like partying almost. But they ain't moving. And it's so weird. Anyway, Tyrone, all I wanted to do was get back to where I came from, which was my cousin's apartment, which was about, I don't know, maybe half a mile away from Bourbon Street. That's all Tyrone wanted to do. Okay, I don't know what was going on. I just knew I came out of a great big monster Victorian first, ended up in a goddamn root cellar, was freed by a goddamn imp who had gray eyes, and you've never seen that shit before in your life. Ever. I guarantee it. I guarantee none of my lily sugars ever seen an imp with gray eyes. I guarantee that. I guarantee that shit. Oh my God. Oh my God. Where are we? So I'm making my way. I'm just wandering around the street. There's like every shop I look in, guys. Listen, lilies. Listen, lilies. Every shop I'm looking at, like gaslight hanging down from the shop, but every one that I'm looking in, all I see are like bones hanging down from the goddamn ceiling. Bones and books. Bones and fucking books. And like, look, back in 1905, okay, down New Orleans alleyway, you don't want to go down those alleyways. Not then. All kinds of stuff happening. Anyway, Tyrone is making his way. He's finding his way. He's like, okay, I think I know where I am. I think my cousin's house just right around here. But that's not what fucking happened, Lilies. All of a sudden, when I think I'm starting to get to where I'm supposed to be getting to, the goddamn rainbow lily comes out of nowhere, meets me, like I'm walking down some strange alleyway with bones fucking hanging off every goddamn shop in the goddamn district, and gaslights and bones. Anyway, the rainbow lily appears right in front of me almost. Like she's just right there. I don't know how she got there, but she got there. And she just like right there in front of Tyrone. And I'm like, oh my God. And of course I'm transfixed. Because the rainbow lily, oh my God. Again, 1 in a million, dudes. 1 in a fucking million. You never see a rainbow lily. So of course Tyrone is like, I'm stopped in my tracks at that point. Because I'm just looking at her again. I'm like, oh my God. Right? Every color in the book. Come on out. And she asked Tyrone. She looked at me and she said, where are you going? And when I first saw the rainbow lily, she was dressed in this most beautiful dress I've ever seen. It was like midnight blue, okay? The color of the dress was midnight blue. And it hung on her like, oh, like the most beautiful silhouette you can possibly imagine, loves. That dress was so beautiful, and it just hung on her like a shadow, but a beautiful shadow. Like it just silhouetted her body. Unbelievable, loves. Unbelievable. Yeah. Tyrone, being the young lad that he was. I mean, full color, baby. Full color. Ain't no getting around a rainbow lily. You cannot get around a rainbow lily ever in your life. When you see a rainbow lily, all bets are off. And that only happens, my dudes and lads and my lords, once in your fucking life that ever happens to you. Yes, you know what I'm talking about. You know I'm speaking the truth, love. Absolutely. Rainbow lily only comes around once in your lifetime. And she looked at me and she said, where are you going? I didn't know what to say at first. I was so transfixed on her eyes that at first I was like, whoa, like, how did you get here? I thought you were back in the monster. But Tyrone, back of his mind, he knew. He knew the rainbow lily was dangerous. He knew it. He didn't want to accept it. That's a big difference, my loves. Acceptance. And he said what I said. Tyrone, I said, I'm going home, baby. I'm going home. In the back of my mind, I was thinking, I'm getting the hell out of here as soon as fucking possible, okay? I don't want no bones hanging down from ceilings. I don't want no fucking chanting or incense or fucking weird books, you know. That's what Tyrone was thinking. Tyrone was thinking, I'm going home. I don't care how beautiful you are. But then she tried to like stop me. So I was trying to walk away from her. And when we're still on Bourbon Street, by the way, guys. And I try to walk away from her. Bourbon Street. Bourbon Street with gas lamps. You ever see that? You ever see Bourbon Street when it was lit up just by gas lamps? No, I don't think so. Not in 1905. Anyway, my lovelies. But she kept trying to like stonewall me. You ever hear that term? Stonewall. So she kept trying to stonewall Tyrone so I wouldn't walk away from her. Well, you don't have to go. I was just in that house for a minute. Please don't go. Now all of a sudden, the rainbow lily is starting to look a little bit more, what do we call that? Mortal. Yeah, mortal. And Tyrone is starting to see the charade. This really isn't a rainbow lily at all, guys. This, what do we call them? We call them, what do they call them in your world, love? They call them the axis. That's what they call it. The access point, love. Anyway, Tyrone had to get his ass out of there, and Tyrone said, listen, Lily, you are the most beautiful woman I have ever encountered in my entire life, and I probably will never encounter another beautiful woman just like you ever in my life. But listen, I have to go. And so, as much as it pains me to say that, and it was really hard, what do you think about that? Whenever you encounter one of your, like a counterpart, it's very hard to let go, isn't it now, my lovelies? But that's exactly what Tyrone had to do to get his ass out of there and save his fucking ass, all right? Tyrone's sole purpose at this point is to get back to his cousin's apartment. And I know it's around here somewhere. Lily keep blocking me. Don't go. I don't know what happened in the big monster Victorian, but don't go. But you know what? Tyrone, had enough. Tyrone had enough. Tyrone's like, you know what? I need to get back, and I need to get back home soon. Because this stuff, whatever this is, ain't good for me. And I don't want to get sucked up in anything that I'm going on right now. So where the fuck is my cousin's apartment? Eh? So I turned my back on the lily. I turned my back on the rainbow. And it was the hardest thing Tyrone ever had to do in his life, was turn his back on the rainbow lily. That is the worst thing you could possibly do in your life, being a lord or a lad or a dude. That kills you. As much as lilies don't think about that, whenever you have to turn your back on a rainbow lily, that is like, for a dude, that is like death to a dude, okay? I'm just saying right now, lilies, that's what it feels like, okay? You may not believe that, but that's what it feels like. All right. So Tyrone left the rainbow lily, standing in the middle of some street in Bourbon, in an alleyway. And I fucking hustled. I was running. I didn't even know where I was going, guys. I passed this big fucking graveyard with fucking spikes coming out of it. Fucking iron rot fence guarding this goddamn thing. It must have been 2 miles long, this fucking graveyard that's standing right in front of me. I don't know. All of a sudden, I'm faced with like a 2-mile wide fucking graveyard with spikes for headstones, for Christ's sake. Can you imagine that? You ever see headstones, but they were like iron spikes? Oh my God, Lilith. Anyway, Tyrone had to go through that. Like, I was standing right in front of the gates of hell. All right, Gothic gates of hell. All right, babies. You know what? I'm going to leave it right there. I'm going to leave you right in front of the Gothic graveyard from fucking hell. Tyrone has to get home, all right? That is the whole point. Because Well, Tyrone lived to see another day. You know that because 1907 rolled around and, well, oh my God. But anyway, Tyrone has to get through this and, just trying to find his way back home, babies. All right. I love you. You're all my lilies. Oh my God. My sugars, my moonflowers, my moon loves. I love all of you. You're all beautiful. You know that. Tyrone would trade in his whole entire lifetime just to get back 24 hours. Remember, just to just to talk to another moon lily. All right? But I still think about that rainbow. And to this day, Tyrone still thinks about that rainbow lily. All right, bye-bye, loves. Hey, we drift off into pleasant dreamscapes tonight. All right, we all have good sleep and pleasant dreams. I love you all, my babies. All right, bye-bye, lovelies.